Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are talking 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way, Season 7, Episode 16. Crikey, whatever. So we're just going to get on into it. I'm still on vacation. By the next recap video, I'll be back in my home office. But yeah, so before we get started, Merry Christmas on this Christmas Eve special of Nathan Recap. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas Eve and hope you guys are enjoying the holiday. I'm enjoying my vacation and everything, but I still wanted to bring my content to you. But just as I say that, this video will be quick because this episode of The Other Way was extremely boring. First couple I'm talking is Chloe and Johnny. So Chloe decides, she tells Johnny that she's going to go out to meatball night with one of her friends, and one of her friends, I think her name was like Maria or something, like is basically like gets in Chloe's head a lot. Johnny doesn't like this friend because like they're always accusing like him of cheating and everything. And so the main question is, we've seen Chloe and Johnny on the beach and everything. Johnny is questioning Chloe to see if she's really ready for marriage and everything. If she's ready to like cut down with the party lifestyle and going out to all of these places and everything. So, but she's going out with her little girlfriends. She goes out with little girlfriends, and then they're just like automatically accusing Johnny of cheating. I guess there was an incident that when his location was off, he was supposed to be at work and he wasn't. He was somewhere else and everything. And they had asked Chloe, has Johnny been faithful ever since you've been here? She's like, yeah, now he is, basically. Like, for now he is. And we're just like, for now. But he really hasn't, I don't think he's done anything since Chloe's been on Aruba. But I mean, we know he has a wandering eye being on that pirate ship. But Chloe said that she did find something that she would quickly pack her bags in a heartbeat, basically, and everything. But I can see why Johnny is frustrated with these friends, because they clearly are, I know a lot of people's intuitions are well and everything when they feel like suspecting that somebody's cheating, and 9 times out of 10 they are. But it's just real. I know they're looking out for their friend and everything, but it just bothers me when people do that. I just like let them find out on their own and everything. Don't like put like thoughts in their heads, because it's just a lot of he said, she said, and everything, and it just causes a lot of trouble, basically. So, I mean, we'll see how it plays out. I guess Johnny's going to join them in next week's episode, judging by the previews, and then there's going to be a confrontation about who messaged you and everything, and then the friend starting stuff and then not being able to back it up and everything. See, I really don't like that. I really don't. But yeah, that was Chloe and Johnny. Next couple I want to talk is Patia and Dylan. So Dylan actually wants to go and get a ring for Patia. He goes to a ring shop, has this guy like redo it and everything. He said when he originally proposed to Patia years ago that it was like in bed on Christmas Day and everything. She said yes and everything, and then of course that didn't work out at the time and everything. So he's gonna go get a ring, and he's with his friend and everything, and the friend just voices out his concerns about like what happened in them 12 years of them being on and off, basically. Are they ready for it and everything? And I just don't know how we went from a couple weeks ago them arguing about the mom to him now ready to buy a ring, basically, and everything. So later we seen Dylan and Patia go to a freaking strip club. And because we all know, like, Patia used to work one as a dancer and everything. Patia said that, she's been dying to get out. There's nothing to do in Tasmania and everything. And he takes her to the club. Now, Dylan, remember, also used to be a dancer as well, but not like that, basically. So Patia had told Dylan while they were at the club that she thinks she wants to go back to the United States for 6 months and dance her dep off. because you know she's like $20,000 in debt, and she wants to go back home and dance it off. I wish it could be that easy. I wish I could just go somewhere and dance off any debt that I have. But I just wonder, like, correct me if I'm wrong. Now I know like dancers, like they do make some money, but do they make like $20,000 in 6 months? I don't know about all that. So Dylan, it's just like, you know, I really don't want her going back to dancing and everything. You know, I think it's just an excuse to leave Tasmania and everything, which I think it is and everything. I just think that people who work in that industry, like, and they try to break out of it, they're just still hooked to that, and they want to go back and everything, and they don't think about, when they try to settle down, they need to really think about their partner. So I get how Dylan is feeling about that, basically, and everything. So it's just weird to me. This has just been a really weird season, in my opinion. Speaking of weird, let's talk about freaking Greta and Matthew. So Greta actually meets up with Matthew's father to have that conversation. And the father said that, you know, he, like, you know, we're sorry that it came down to this and everything. And, you know, Greta says, you know, like, you guys welcome me with open arms and everything. I'm sorry and everything. The father, like, really defended his son, that he was like, well, you know, he hasn't, you know, he's been really upset and everything. Like I would hate to see you guys, like, break up over this and everything. And just flat out, like, Greta was just like, well, I'm sorry that it's like this, but he's just not my person. You know, I don't know what else to tell you. I feel bad, but he's just not my person. And it's unfortunate because I really thought they had a chance to make it. But the thing is that, like, now, again, as I said plenty of times throughout the season, that yes, the only thing that he did wrong as far as being on camera is not creating enough room for her when she got there and everything. But that's workable. We could work with that. But she was only there for 4 days, and she's already breaking off the engagement and everything, and leaving the cat behind and everything. Now everybody's just worried, doesn't like her because she left the cat and everything. But I'm not worried about that. She'll go back home and get the cat and everything. Like, you know, she broke a man's heart. Like, and he didn't. Like, these are the worst type of breakups, is when, like, there's no argument and everything. Yes, there may be little, like, things, so you didn't do this and that. But when there's no argument, and then you thinking one person's taking everything's daisies and roses, and the other person's just about to break your heart, then it's just the worst feeling ever. So Greta told Matthew's dad that he's not her person. And, you know, and that's just sad. It's just really sad. I feel so bad for Matthew. I know he's just, like, probably devastated. He's probably hasn't eaten in days after all of this had happened. And I wouldn't be able to as well if that happened to me. Like, that's just, like, the worst, like, feeling in the world, basically. But I really hope that they try to work it out. But yeah, I think it's just kind of rude for Greta to come, as she was welcome in their house, and then after a couple of days, she just breaks this man's heart and then gives the ring back. I mean, that's kind of cruel. Like, you know, that's kind of cool. It's not even like it's been like a month or nothing. It's just only been a couple of days. So I just think that was kind of cruel, in my opinion. So yeah, that was Greta and Matthew. The next couple I want to talk is, did we do, yeah, okay, so I think it's the last couple, Luke and Madeline. As we all know, they're about to get married. Last week we left off with Madeline being sick and everything, and thinking that she's pregnant, and she's getting ready to take a pregnancy test. Now, I said last week that my prediction that is probably a false alarm and everything, because if she really was pregnant, we would have known by now. Now, in my opinion, now here's the thing, before I get to the results of that, you know, like, Luke was just trying to tell her, like, you need to take the test, and then she started being her little attitude. No, leave me alone. I don't want to. I never took a pregnancy test and everything. but it's like, well, we need to find out everything. We need to find out Madeline, basically. So ultimately, she took the test. She came back, and the test had one line, and I guess that means negative. So they're not pregnant. Now Luke kind of felt like a sigh of relief because they were just not ready for a baby at this point. Now Luke really wants one because I think that if they have a baby, I mean, hopefully they will grow to love each other more. Well, Luke is madly in love with Madeline, but Madeline doesn't seem like she loves Luke anymore. Like, I don't even think she even likes him at this point, basically. And like I said, rumor has it that they are not together, and I could believe that and everything. So they take after the pregnancy test. Luke is just like, keeps telling her, I don't want to fight. I want to make you happy. Yada 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 yada, and everything. And Madeline's just like, whatever, and then gives him a kiss, and that was that. So yeah, that was basically it. I mean, I'm tired. I'm kind of tired of the attitude with Madeline and everything. I know she's stressing me for this wedding and everything, but she needs to really change her attitude. She's about to get freaking married. Now, judging by the previews of next week, Luke's father is coming. He's about to have a chat with her saying, hey, you done canceled the wedding now 3 times. Like, what's up? So finally, I think somebody really is about to put her in her place. That's not Luke, because she ain't going to disrespect Luke's father, I don't think. So I'm glad to see that the father is going to come in and finally, knock some sense into her a little bit and everything. So yeah, that was basically it, guys. Like I said, this episode was really boring. I wanted to keep this video quick. It's Christmas Eve, We'll be back in full swing on the full-blown recaps and everything next week, getting ready for New Year's and stuff and everything. We did not see Jenny and Cement in this episode, or Anthony and Manon. Nice little relief from Anthony and Manon, in my opinion. Nice relief with that one. But I can't wait to see Jenny and Cement's scenes next week, because that's going to be when they confront the mother and everything. So yeah, I can't wait to see that. But yeah, that is the end of my review, you guys. I'm sorry this video is kind of short and everything. It was just a lackluster episode, basically. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be back on Sunday, Monday to recap before the 90 days as we close out 2025 and everything. Again, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and God bless everybody. Thank you so much for the love and support for this Nathan Tim 2 page. This was a great year for the channel. This was we grew so much this year in 2025. This was a great year. We started the year only at 50 subscribers, and now we're almost to 150. So we had a big increase in subscribers this year. We got a lot done. I've been a guest on people's channels and everything. I got in people who are from members of other channels to come to my channel as well and everything. And I just can't tell you guys how much I'm thankful for the love and support. I like to keep this channel really safe. Y'all realize I don't do any controversial videos. I don't do a video of what's going on behind the scenes on these shows and everything. I'll mention them if it's something serious and everything, but I just like to keep it mellow and safe like this. I understand that I need more technology and stuff and everything, but I did some thinking on my travels, and I realized I kind of like how I do things on here. I don't have to be the more popular YouTubers and stuff, and I'm not trying to compete with anybody. I'm my own person and everything. So maybe I don't know, maybe I do want to grow, but I don't have to be too advanced like everybody else and everything. If I'm just stuck at 146 to maybe 150 to 200 subscribers, as long as I decide to do YouTube, then so be it. But I enjoy the people who do support me. I enjoy doing this content for you guys. And like I said, in 2026, I'm hoping to get some new content in here. Still looking at some shows to cover and everything, and then we'll go from there. But anyway, guys, enough rambling. Merry Christmas, everybody. God bless you guys. Have a good one. Bye, y'all.